first trophy I ever got was one season when I was playing softball, and our team had a losing season. And by losing season, I mean we literally lost every game except for one that was won by forfeit because the team couldn't show up. So that was, I think, the first season I ever played softball. And so I have an award, a participation award for that, which is really what we're going to talk about today. But the second award I have, which is just really cool and something I still hold on to, is in sixth grade, I won the Friendliest Girl Award. So that was really cool. But anyway, so I want to focus on the first one, my participation award. I wasn't a stellar player. I was too afraid to hit the ball for most of the season, and the girls and I didn't really get along. I didn't fit in. And so the only award that I really would have gotten for that year would have been a participation award. And there's been a lot of chatter going on about those types of things. The recent discussion about participation awards was ignited by a post, an Instagram post, from James Harrison, who's an outside linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he posted this tweet about his two sons when they came home with participation awards. And the Instagram post reads, "I'm sorry, I'm not sorry for believing that everything in life should be earned, and I'm not about to raise two boys to be men by making them believe they are entitled to something just because they tried their best. Because sometimes your best is not enough, and that should drive you to want to do better. Not cry and whine until somebody gives you something to shut you up and keep you happy. Hashtag Harrison Family Values." I think that's really interesting. I have an opinion about participation awards and about the way he did that, but that's not about this. I was reading in Deuteronomy still, because I'm still trying to make my way through Deuteronomy with the Israelites and how the Lord so gently led them out of slavery. And something that came to mind was, whereas Harrison says something to shut your mouth and, to shut you up and keep you quiet, I think that's what the Lord would call grace sometimes, specifically in Deuteronomy chapter 6 in verses 10 through 12. It says, "When the Lord your God brings you into the land he swore to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give to you, a land with large, flourishing cities you did not build, houses filled with all kinds of good things you did not provide, wells you did not dig, and vineyards and olive groves you did not plant. Be careful that you do not forget the Lord who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery." I think that's when God is saying, hey, you didn't do any of these things, but you get to have them anyways because of the promise I made to your ancestors. That is grace. Like, we didn't do anything to deserve those things, like salvation. We didn't do anything to deserve those things, and God still says, hey, you're going to get to benefit from this. So I think it's even next level from participation award, because we didn't even participate in that covenant that he made with us, but we still get to benefit. So it's kind of like an association award. Like, oh, you get to have this because you're associated with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. What would James Harrison think about that? What would all those other parents who are like, no participation awards? I bet they'd have something to say if, like, if a boy got an award because his dad's a great guy, like, oh, you're associated with him, so you get an award. Or if a girl were to win an award, like this cute girl in class, like, oh, your mom baked the best cake, but so you get an award because you know her. We don't really do things like that. We certainly wouldn't like it, because we are a society that says you earned it. So, if you want something, you have to earn it. Which is, fine. I think there's a great lesson in that, and that builds character for sure. But that's not how it works with salvation. We get to have the inheritance of Christ because we know him, because we love him and accept him and what he did for us. Not merit-based. Blessing is not merit-based. We can't save ourselves. There's no amount of, like, nice guy or good girl that'll get you into heaven. It is by salvation alone, which comes from grace. So when we're thinking about this week, or when you just hear the conversation about participation awards, kind of think about where that lines up for you. And remember Ephesians 2, 8 through 9. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith. And this is not from yourself. So this is not anything that you did. It is a gift from God. It's a gift from God, not by works so that no one can boast. So nobody has a better seat in heaven because they're more talented or they're smarter or anything like that. Nobody gets to talk to God more because they are an eloquent speaker or well-educated. We all have the same access to Christ. It's an equal playing field because the Lord made it equal for us. So let's remember that this week, how favored you are and how gracious the Lord is. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great week. I'll be praying for you, and I'll see you on the next episode of The Current.